Good evening. Today is September 20th, 2018, and my name is David Dane, and today is a brief kombucha tale. Downstairs in the basement, I have a 2-gallon jug, a clear glass jug with a spigot on it that I use to make kombucha. And I just bottled 6 bottles from the jug, and I ran out of tea to bottle more bottles. So what I did is I very quickly brewed up 1 gallon of water and tea bags, and it's a very simple recipe. It's 1 gallon of water and 16 black tea bags. It's not hard to do, as the pot is cooking on the stove. All you do is you just insert 1 cup of sugar for every gallon of tea, and that's about the ratio you would use in a gallon of, or 2 gallons would be 2 cups, 3 gallons would be 3 cups, on and on and on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tea and I'm going to add it to the kombucha that's downstairs. And what it is it's the leftover kombucha that's just above the spigot line, which makes it about 3 cups of old kombucha juice and a SCOBY. And the SCOBY was getting kind of ugly. It was getting brown and kind of wrinkly, and I don't think it's spoiled, but it was at its point where it really should have some fresh tea and sugar added to it. And what I'll do is I'll just make a continuous brew. What you're looking at in the sink right here is a coagulation of tea bags that have been steeping inside of water that I had boiled on the stove, thrown in a cup of sugar, and approximately a cup of sugar. I'm not exactly sure, but I measured it out of a coffee cup. Then I measured in 16 tea bags, because there are 16 cups to a gallon. If you steep in a tea bag for every 16 cups, it's about one tea bag for every 8 ounces of water. And there it is. I was gonna start this video earlier, but I got 2 telephone calls from friends, so I've spent the last hour on the telephone. And what has happened is the water has boiled. And then what has happened is now I have the tea completely steeped. This tea has been in the water, and what I did is I'm going to. I didn't want to wait all night long for the water to cool down, so I took the pot, I stuck it into the sink, and I ran water from the sink around the outside of the pot to cool down the water that's inside of this pot. Now what I'm going to do is I have a McDonald's plastic cup over here. I'm going to take these tea bags. Now you can see they've all kind of gathered together and they're all kind of tangled up. And I'm just going to shake them out a little bit into the tea. I'm going to stick them inside my McDonald's cup over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use them later to steep them in hot water, and I'm going to save that water not for kombucha, but I'm going to save it to water the plants. The tannic acid inside of tea bags for indoor plants helps nourish the plants. See, here's another bunch of tea bags right here, and I'm going to shake them out. And folks, listen to me. Kombucha is not rocket science. If it was rocket science, folks like me wouldn't be making it as quickly as I do and as often as I do. There's no calculations. There's no, hold on a second here, I got to go for my spoon. There's no calculating, amounts and everything else like that. You just got to, what you got to do is you got to just make sure